Hey guys, welcome to Hope Students episode 3. Hey, what's up? Man, my hood attacked me. Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Hope Students TV. I hate this hood. It's killing me, man. I can't do that. That makes it sound like I didn't come in right. Okay, let's try this again. Hey there, welcome to Hope Students episode 3. My name is Garrett. I'm the youth pastor here at Hope Church. Welcome to my patio. All right, my hood is trying to attack my head. But welcome to my patio. We have to do all of our shooting away from campus right now. And so here in just a second, I'm going to leave to go shoot our message video. But with all that being said, I wanted to just shine some light on how we do these videos. So every time that you see students in these videos, it was done before Friday, before this last Friday when the governor told everybody to stay home. So when you see Alexandra in that video, just know that we were doing everything that we can to make sure that you guys stay safe and that we are doing everything we can to bring an end to the spread of COVID-19. So we hope you're doing the same. We hope that you're staying home, being safe, being smart, and enjoying your time with your family. So today, though, we do have a very special guest with us. His name is David Wood. He's a magician from California. I met David a couple years ago at a conference, and he blew my mind. So I reached out to him to see if he'd be willing to do a few tricks for you. And so, yeah, check out David, and let us know what you think.
Hey, what's going on, Hope students? My name is David. I am so excited to be hanging out with you guys this week. Man, it has been a crazy life, hasn't it been? But you know what is really, really cool? I'm over in California. I am trapped in my house. I can't go anywhere. Stuck here. You guys are in Illinois, stuck where you're at. But here's the really beautiful thing. Even though we are states and miles apart, we get to be together right here, right now, for this moment. And what really is beautiful about that is that God is doing something that through all of this, even though we can't meet at our church buildings, even though we are in our homes, what we're learning is that the church isn't about a building. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter where you're going. The church is the people. You guys are the church, and we get to participate in that. Let me show you guys a magic trick. There's some rules in magic before we go. One of the rules is you never do the same trick more than once. It's going to ruin the surprise. Another rule in magic is you never tell somebody when you're using a trick deck. I'm going to break one of those rules right now. I know, it's okay. We'll be all right. Here's the rule. I'm using a trick deck. It's a secret deck. It's marked on the side. I don't know if you're going to notice, but I know it's a marked deck because it says marked deck. This is a secret deck marked on the side. Did you guys notice it? You noticed. Okay. Well, here, let's do this. Out of all of these that it could have been, out of every single one of those, let's see. I want you to pick one. Go ahead. Would you do me a favor? Just reach down, cut it somewhere in the deck. Give me about half of it. And I'm going to show you the card, just like this. There's your card. You got it? You remember that card? Don't forget it. Here we go. Now, out of this jumbled up mess right here, I want to try to do something really just a little bit beautiful. Okay, so it takes a couple tries. It takes a couple tries, but what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to unshuffle the deck. There's the first one. Now I can try it again. I can try it again right here as we try this one more time. This will be just a little bit closer. That really is getting unshuffled. And then I do this one more time. One more time right here. For this last card to unshuffle the deck. Just like that. Now, in case you thought that I was just talking, check it out. Look, the deck really did get unshuffled. It is ace to king, king to ace, king to ace. Brand new deck order. That really is something else. Now check it out, watch. If I go like this, you guys did pick one card. What was the card that you guys picked? What was it?
8 of Hearts.
It's the 8 of Hearts. That's right, the Ace of Hearts.
No.
It's the
8 of Hearts.
Oh man, okay. No, that's okay. That's all right. Here, let's, let me collect it again, and if I just go here, we can get the 8 of Hearts. Hope Students, guys, I am stoked. Thanks for letting me come and hang out. Have a great week, and we'll hopefully see you guys soon. Bye.
Hey guys, I'm here with my friend Alexandra. Now, Alexandra, you love Disney, right?
Yes.
You love Disney movies?
Yes.
Like, how many Disney movies do you think you've seen in your lifetime?
Oh, jeez. A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
Do you guys have Disney Plus at home?
Yes.
So do you watch like a ton of Disney now that you're out of school?
Yes.
Okay, so I think you're going to be really good at this game because this game is called 5-second summaries. And what's going to happen is each of us have a stack of 4 cards. We're going to look at one of those cards and we have 5 seconds on the clock where we get to describe that movie without saying the name of the movie or any of the characters in that movie to the other person to see if they can guess what movie we are talking about. Alexander, do you think you're ready?
Yes.
I think you got this. All right, I will go first. And we'll see if the countdown works. Ready, go. Giant man smashing things video game.
Wreck-It Ralph.
I'll give you another guess.
What? It wasn't Wreck-It Ralph?
It's kind of.
Oh, I can't remember the name of the movie. It's not Wreck-It Ralph? That's not the name
really
of the
close.
movie?
It's Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh, it was the second one.
Oh man. Alright, I should have said sequel. That'd have been good. That'd have been good. Alright, so this time you get to read yours to me, alright? So go ahead and look at it. And then you tell me when you're gonna go.
Okay. Sequel to... No, I can't say that.
Oh, you're out of time.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Don't let me see. I think it's Toy Story 2. Is
No.
it? No. What is it?
It was Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3.
I
Oh
don't know
my
how
gosh.
to say toy. Because I
Okay.
can't say toy.
Yeah. Okay, alright. So far, we're off to a rough start, but neither of us have ever done this before. So that's okay, right? You know? Alright. Okay. Oh, you got this. Alright. Here we go. I can show you the world.
Oh, Aladdin.
Yes. Wonderful. Look at that. Isn't that great? Way to go. Okay, so here we go. Let's start this over. I believe in you. This is gonna be great. Go ahead and look at it. And go.
Savannah. New.
Okay, alright, Savannah. Africa, the one with the lions, Lion King.
Yes.
Yes. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're doing alright. Okay, ready? Small fish-like person.
Little Mermaid.
Yes! Look at that! She's good at this. Very good at this. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna reset the timer. Are you ready?
I look.
Yeah.
2 robots. Earth is very dirty.
Oh, Wally.
Yeah.
Yes! Oh man, how much more time until we get to that point? With Wally. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Could be
jeez.
any day. Alright, here we go. I got my last one. Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Here we go. Cathedral, bell.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah. Look at that. It just took us a second to get warmed up. Alright, well, this is the last one. Go.
Into the Unknown.
No
What?
idea.
Ice?
Ice? Okay, alright. Frozen. Is it Frozen? It's not Frozen. Yeah, Into the Unknown. Balto? I don't know.
Frozen was really close.
What is it? Frozen 2. Oh, I haven't seen Frozen 2.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know. I'm a loser. Maybe by the time that you've seen this, I've seen it. But thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, stay tuned. I want you to think back to the last time that you were in trouble. Like actual trouble. You were afraid of what was going to happen to you because you were in so much trouble. That might have been like last week, it might have been a month ago, it might have been a couple of minutes ago. Let's face it, you're at home and your parents are at home, and you know, you've probably frustrated a couple people by now. But when I think about times that I was in serious trouble, I'm drawn right back to this time when I was in high school when I punched my friend, and I really shouldn't have. See, he and I, we were shadow boxing, and he accidentally hit me in the head, and he's like, dude, you got to hit me back. I'm like, no, I don't want to. He's like, man, you got to make it happen. And I'm like, I don't want to. He goes, hit me or I'm going to hit you again. I'm like, okay, fine. So I tell him, I'm like, all right, you got to lean your head forward because he was a little bit taller than me, and I rear back and I hit him. All right, and I thought I hit him pretty good, but I wasn't really sure. I've never really punched anybody. And so he sits down, he's like, yeah, you got me pretty good. I'm like, yeah, I got you pretty good. Look at these. I mean, like, these are registered weapons right here. But he sits down, and I sit down, the bell rings, in walks the teacher, and she looks at Jake, and she screams out loud. Like, I don't know how many times you've ever seen your teacher scream, but it's never a good feeling, especially when they're looking at the person that you just punched. And so I turn around and I look, and Jake is bleeding down his forehead. He's got blood running out of his forehead, and I'm like, oh no. So she sends him to the office, to the nurse, and she sends me with him because I'm the guy who hit him. So I'm running after Jake. We get to the office, we sit down, the nurse is like, what happened? And then in walks the principal, and I'm like, I am dead meat. Because my dad, he was on the school board, and my mom, she was in and out of the school a lot because she was super involved. And I'm like, this is it. I'm going to get expelled, and I'm going to get kicked out of my house. I'm going to be homeless and degreeless. I'm going to be that person. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life because my life is over. And I would have done anything in that moment to get out of that situation that I found myself in. I would have done anything to get out of that trouble and to run away. Now, you might be able to relate to that when you think about that time that you, too, were afraid. That you, too, were afraid of the trouble that you had gotten yourself into. Now, we are working through Jesus' last few days on earth, and we have been doing that for the last few weeks, and we've been focusing on some of his last words. And so, just as a kind of a reminder, Jesus is in the garden with his disciples. They've just prayed. And now Jesus is about to get arrested. He's going to be arrested by this guy. Oh, well, he's going to get arrested by the authorities, but the person who sells him out is one of his friends. His name's Judas. And Judas was offered some money, and the authorities were like, hey, if you show us where this guy is, you tell us where he's going to be, we're going to send you with a whole bunch of soldiers, and we're going to get this guy arrested, and we're going to make you a little extra money. And Judas is like, I'm all about that. He does it. He sells his friend Jesus out, and he leads the soldiers to him. And so there's this big, it's kind of like a small army of soldiers and guards. They're coming to arrest Jesus in the garden, and there he is with his 11 disciples. And in John chapter 18, starting in verse 4, this is what happens. Jesus fully realizes all that's going to happen to him. So he stepped forward to meet them. Jesus isn't afraid. He steps forward and he says, who are you looking for? Now here's the thing. Jesus knew who they were looking for. He absolutely knew who they were looking for. And the people, the soldiers, they humor him. They said, Jesus the Nazarene. Jesus replies with, I am he. And when he says this, something amazing happens. All of these soldiers, all of these people that were coming to arrest Jesus, they fall to the ground. He says 3 words, I am he. He doesn't wave his hand. He doesn't cast a spell. He says, I am he. Boom, they're leveled. That's incredible. And then they get themselves back up and they dust themselves off. And Jesus, he I think he's got a sense of humor here, because he says, who are you looking for? And they respond, Jesus the Nazarene. He said, well, I told you that I'm the guy you're looking for. So why don't you let these other people go? His disciples that were with him, Jesus says, why don't you let them go? If I'm all you want, let them go. And they do. They let them go, and Jesus goes with them peacefully. Now, if you're like me, you look at this passage like, Jesus, what the heck, man? That was your golden opportunity. You said 3 words, everybody fell over. Time to leave. Make a fast, clean, quick exit. But that's not what Jesus does. He stands there, waits for them to get up. And he says, all right, I'll go with you, but you leave my friends. Don't take them. Just take me. You got to ask yourself, why does Jesus do this? If you were that powerful, why on earth? Why on earth would you decide to allow yourself to be arrested? See, Jesus wasn't taken by force. He went with them willingly. And we come to this question of why. Now, I think the reason, there's 2 pieces to it. The first, and we talked about it last week, is that Jesus really did trust God. And we talked about that prayer, not my will but yours. Jesus trusted God, and he was going to submit to God's will, and he knew that this was God's will. But the other part of this is I believe that Jesus loved his followers. And he knew that if he would have tried to make a run for it, if he would have tried to make a stink of things, if he would have made this more complicated than it needed to be, it would have been much more difficult to convince them to leave his other followers be. Just take him and not the rest of them. See, Jesus loves his followers, and he steps in for his followers, and he cares about those people who he loves. And that's great news for you and I, because we too are people that Jesus loves. Next week we're going to talk about the cross. We're going to talk about what Jesus says when he dies. But before we even get there, before we even get to that amazing display of pain and love and forgiveness and mercy, we get to see a little bit of that here and now. And so I want you to take just a moment and remember that Jesus, he loves you enough to take your place. And if you'd have been in that garden with him, he would have said the same thing. Let them go. Just take me. That's an amazing thing. It's an amazing display of love. And I hope it's one that you can bury deep in your heart, and you can be reminded that Jesus, he loves you, cares for you, and he wants to take your place. We're going to talk more about that next week. I hope that you join us again here on Hope Students TV, and we'll see you then.